In today's video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step breakdown exactly how I use SellerAmp and how you could use it to find profitable products super quickly. I show you exactly how I build the spreadsheets I use to run my business. I show you everything. We go over 3 or 4 profitable products, why I like them, and how exactly to use it. SellerAmp is really easy to use and one of my favorite softwares. So with that, let's just get into the video and I'm going to show you my favorite things. This is just not for new people. Sometimes I like to get a refresher too. I go over all these little tricks and features in there. So if you're a pro seller, definitely just take a listen, get refreshed. Let's get into the video. All right, so we are on a product page right here. This is SellerAmp, so it is a Chrome extension. Once you get SellerAmp, you're going to get access to the Chrome extension, and you're also going to get the app and everything you need right here. This is exactly what it looks like. It's going to help us calculate everything that we need to know. Right here is kind of the pricing. It's 20 bucks. You get 1 phone install, 2 Chrome extension installs, 1,000 lookups per month, and we have the Getting Serious one as well, which is unlimited lookups, which if you're kind of serious about this, you might as well go for that. There'll be a code down below to get 50% off your first month if you're interested in that. But the cool part about this is all the information you could see here. So right off the bat, we can see the title of what we're looking at right here. We have the category that it's in. This is the ASIN. One of my favorite features of this is you can just grab that right there and it will copy and paste it for you. We have the UPC. This could be super important to make sure everything matches up with the Amazon listing. This is going to show you whether you're eligible or not. So if you're logged into your Amazon account, your seller account, it will tell you whether you're gated or not, which is super helpful. You have an alert section right here. So this is telling us that this has variations. So this is super important because when you were actually looking at sales right here, these are tied to all of these variations. This is just an estimate. So don't worry about that. We have the BSR, so this is how quickly it sells on Amazon. You typically want to stay below, I would say for me personally, I try to go below 200-ish. It really just depends on the product and the category. Some categories of 200,000 ROI is really, really high. In other categories, it's not that high. For example, in the book category, a 200,000 rank isn't bad at all, but an 1,000,000 rank would be kind of high and only sells a couple times. So just really depends on what you're doing. This is the max cost I could pay for this if I want to hit my ROI criteria. I'm going to show you exactly how I determine that in a second. It shows us our break even. So if we hit $20, the sale price hits $20, we are breaking even, meaning we're not making any money on Amazon. It does happen sometimes. So right now, if we get this for $9.97, we're going to make $4.29. That's a 16% profit margin. And then we have our ROI as 43%. So that is kind of the crux, and this is probably about the most important info we need. This right here is going to take us to the Amazon product page. So if you're kind of on another website, this would be important, but since we're on Amazon right now, this is going to Google this item right here, and this brings it up in the SellerAmp screen to do even more analysis. We're going to walk through that in a second, but in order to get this is the most important part right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your settings in SellerAmp. You could literally just go to SellerAmp, click on your settings. This is what mine look like. So I'm estimating 54 cents per pound to Amazon. So this is what I am estimating it's going to cost me to ship my products to Amazon. This fluctuates. You might want to put a lot more here if you're doing shoes. I tend to do lighter items, so this just kind of works for me. Again, it's just an estimate. Storage time, I just have 1 month. I usually don't really need that. We have this here. Then this is kind of the most important parts right here. So your minimum BSR, I don't really have one. It's 0. Maximum, so this is 2%. Minimum profit, I want at least $3, and my max ROI my minimum, sorry, ROI is 30%. You can mess around with these all you want. I like these settings. It keeps it loose for me. 30%, I definitely try for more than 30%, but I still like to see stuff light up if it is 30%, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Then you could enter your prep fee right here. If you don't have a prep center, this is going to be 0. But you could also have like a miscellaneous fee. So maybe you're buying shoes and you need to put those shoes in a shoe box. So if all you source is shoes, you could put $1 if that box costs that, and SellerAmp is going to account for everything. And if you have sales tax, you would put that here. So in PA, it's 6%. So if I wasn't using a prep center, I'd put 6% there, and then SellerAmp would calculate my buy cost 6% higher because I have to pay 6% in taxes. And then this is just kind of everything that I want to see on the side panel here. If you want to see exactly how I set this up and this spreadsheet that I use to run my business, you could check out the quick start guide below. It walks you through everything. These 2 videos have everything you need. There's no email address required. You literally just have to hit the link in the description of this video. So let's head back to this page right here. So that's kind of how we have this set up. Super, super easy. Couple other things here. Amazon share buy box. So you'll see here Amazon has never been on this listing. So that's typically a good sign depending on your business model. I particularly don't really like to compete with Amazon, so I like to see that. This is not a known private label brand, which is good. You have an IP analysis here, no known IP issues. Size, you have that. Whether it's meltable, this doesn't apply to this, but it would if you're sourcing chocolate or food or even some makeup. We see the variations here, and now we have the ranks and prices. So this is kind of what the lowest FBM or FBA price is. This is the lowest FBM. This is an interesting one. It's showing that the FBM is higher in price than the FBA sellers. This is currently, so you could toggle this on so you could see the average for the last 30 days, 90 days, 180, or all. We'll see in the 180, the pricing is down here. My guess is people are actually getting off of this listing, or maybe they just can't get it. This is the 90 day, and then this is the 30 day right here. Next up, we have, these are going to be all the people who are selling this FBA. So there's 4 FBA sellers on this listing. If you wanted to see FB, you could click all offers. So this is going to mix FBA with FBM. So you could either see prime or you could see all. I always have the prime on because I'm doing FBA. I don't really do any FBM, but it's always nice to see if you are doing it. In this case, it looks like they are getting a little bit more. We'll get to that in a second. So this is going to be the marketplace. These are all my Google Sheets. So in SellerAmp, you could check out that the quick start guide. I show you exactly how I set up all these spreadsheets. It does not take long at all, but this is the best part about using SellerAmp. So this is what my spreadsheet looks like right over here. I have the date that I grabbed the item. I have the source. This is a dummy guide just for this video. I have the product, the ASIN, the source, the Amazon URL, the price per unit, the target price, and all this stuff gets exported into this spreadsheet with the click of a button. And that's really why I love using SellerAmp. So that is kind of what's going to pull out as soon as I hit this button right here. We're going to see it populates. There is usually, it's not this slow, it's just a lag because I am recording this screen right now. So you'll see here, it popped in right here. If I wanted to add the source, this is going to be the source of this. Let me do that again. You can see this is out of stock. That's probably why the price is going up. So what you would do is you would go right over here. Come on. Actually, hold on. All right, so we could just grab the URL right here. I'm going to do a Control-A, Control-C right here. we could drop this right into here just like that. Gonna hit the save right there. If we wanted to, we could also put a note if we really wanted to say something about it, which is a nice option as well. You could just hit add note, just be out of stock currently, check back. I can't spell, but that's okay. So we're just gonna add that, and then you just could hit this right here. Is this the one? This one is the sheet we have open right here. So then if we go here, we'll see the link is now in there. Super, super nice and easy. And then if we scroll all the way over, that is, we have the note right here. It says currently out of stock. So really, really great way to just keep track of everything as well. And as we go down here, you have all sorts of profit calculations. So here, one of my favorite features here is if you want to do like 997, and then you could do minus 20%. And it makes the calculation for you. So you don't have to do any tricky math like that. So if you're shopping a discount or you have, discounted gift cards or whatever, you don't have to worry about that at all. You could just drop it in here, and SellerAmp just basically takes care of the rest. Super, super easy. Moving down here, so this is going to be your history. So this is going to be your history lookup. You can see here the last time we looked at this prior to today is October 23rd. I think I used this for another video. So it just kind of shows you everything, and it shows you the price. You can see the price right here was $22.42. That was the buy box, and now the price is at $25.98. So it went up. This right here is going to be your fulfillment type. So what you could do here, you could toggle off FBA, and now this is what you're making FBM. You do still have to account for shipping on this, but a lot of mistakes some people make is they will be like, oh, if I merchant fulfill this, I have to account for the shipping, but the fees are cheaper if you merchant fulfill. So you're going to want to make sure you have this checked off like that, and then you're going to want to include your price. So if this was $9.97, like we said, you're making $11.59 profit, but you need to consider the shipping cost on something like this. So whatever this would be, something like this, I don't know, it's probably pretty light. Maybe it'll cost you, I don't know, $6-ish, $7-ish, depending on how how your shipping settings are set up and where it's going. So just keep that in mind. I'm doing FBA, so I always have that checked off. Down here, we have the total fees. So you could see here, if we do FBA, it's going to cost us $5.90. The referral fee on this is $4.42. These are just Amazon fees. The prep fee for me is $1. Inbound shipping, it's estimating that it's going to cost 33 cents for me to send this to Amazon. And then basically it shoots out your profit. So if you ever wanted to see like kind of a breakdown of what's going on, you could do that. You also see here the profit right there. We have the charts down here, which is really, really nice. You could just kind of see what is going on here with the graphs, whether they're going up. You'll see this price is going up, which is nice. This is based on the 3-month chart. You could do 1 month, a year, pretty much anything. If you want to apply discounts manually, you could do that as well. If you put this up there, that's $9.97. If you wanted to scroll all the way down here, you could just hit that discount thing. But for me personally, I'd rather just put -20. And then it calculates it over here at a slower amount, which is really nice. And then as we scroll down, I don't know, I just like having this on. So this is going to show you at 10% ROI. You'll be making $1. At 20%, you're making $1.99, and it shows you the sale price. I just usually have that on. Next feature is the buy box analysis, which is one of my favorite features. So this is basically all the sellers on this listing in the last 90 days and who won the buy box and for how much, which is the important part here. So this is the last 90 days. You could look at the last 30 if you want. You could see here Last 30, someone's winning at 23.92 at 13% of the time. And then you see 24, someone's getting it for 5% of the time. And you can just kind of go all the way down. This could help you make a lot of educated decisions based on what is going on. You'll see here too, these do change those R estimates as well. Right now we got it at 25.98, which is really great. And we have, if we could get it for $9.97. Again, it's out of stock on Amazon right now. So that is kind of an overview of this right here, which is awesome. So let's look at a couple more products to kind of go through. So this one right here, we'll see this is $138. That's the price it's selling for. We see the BSR. This is in 2%. So you'll say a rank of 334K. That seems high, but for this category, that is top 2%. Selling about 18 times a month, which doesn't seem like a lot, but we're making $20 on this. Doesn't meet our 30% ROI, but for me personally, if I can make $20 on something, even if it's 5 times a month, that's $100 in my pocket. It is a higher priced item. A lot of people are going to stay away from that. If you get this for $87.54, that's what you could probably get it for. If you get it for $82, this is going to meet our criteria. You'll see here, these are the people on it. The craziest part about this is 138.34 is kind of the current buy box. This person has it for 149, which is kind of crazy based on what we're seeing. That's $10 more. The buy box definitely changes by location. So maybe someone in California would see a different buy box than I would see here in Pennsylvania. It doesn't matter. That's why I always like to price up and let my repricer take care of the rest. But if we go down here, we will see this person is getting that price 31% of the time. And the buy box is kind of spread out, which is nice. So this is something where, you might be like, well, it doesn't meet my criteria if this costs $87. But if I get this for 148, if I get the buy box for 148, like here, it more than exceeds it. It's 33%, and I am making $29 profit. So it's always fun to play around with this. Look at the buy box statistics, see what is going on, because you never know. This one right here, this will be the last example we look at. We'll see here, this sells a lot. These are Nike boxers. So we see here, it's telling us there's a lot of variations. So these are going to be all the variations, all these different sizes that you have here. We need to get these for $23.66, which is definitely probably possible with some discounts, a big sale, maybe some discounted gift cards. If we go down here, so we need to get this for $23.66. Let's just say for argument's sake, right now they are $25. That's going to leave us with a 23% ROI. Most sellers are just going to click this right here, be like, this is not profitable. But the smartest sellers that I know, and people have been doing this forever, what they're going to do is they're going to grab the link from wherever this is being sold. They're actually going to add it down here like we talked about before. My bad. It has to refresh, actually. All right, so we're going to add it right into here, and then we're going to hit save. And we're going to probably put this on something like, I would put this good for sale. So if this is on sale, so what I would do to add a note, needs to be 30% off to make profitable. And then I would save this note right here, add it to a good for sales. I like to use that a lot. I also will use this sheet as well. This is kind of for like the holiday or Black Friday. So let's just say this was coming from Dick's Sporting Goods. Well, if Dick's Sporting Goods had 40% off of boxers, or let's just say 30% off of all Nike, well, I'm going to be like, okay, let me go back to my sheet. I'll actually add it to this sheet just for the purposes of this video. So it will populate into here just in a second. And basically when I go to this sheet over here, I could just go over here and it says it needs to be 30% off. And if I had the store right here, usually what I do, I will just add the source here manually. So if I just put right here, oops, oh, it's not letting me put it in, but I would just put Dick's right here. And then once Dick's has 30% off, I could just search Dick's and just find I have all the links in here that I need. And that is why I like SellerAmp. Makes my life so much easier. Been using this for the last 3-4 years now. Absolutely love it. If you do want this quick start guide right here that walks you through everything, I live source in here, show you how I found these profitable products, sourcing strategies as well. Definitely get this. The link will be down below, totally free, no email address required. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them, and I will see you guys in the next video.